Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Been quite a while since I posted a video to this channel. It's just because I haven't been cubing a lot lately. And in fact what I have been doing is I've been doing a fair bit of gaming, in particular GTA Online, and I have even started a second YouTube channel that is called Dead Man Gaming. I'll pop the link down below in the comments for you. If that's something that interests you, feel free to go check that out and feel free to subscribe to that channel. Meantime, in this video, I'm going to do a tutorial on how to solve a 4x4, and it's going to be using what's called the Redux Method, or Reduction Method, Redux for short, or even the Beginner Method. And I'm just going to run you through how we do that. Okay, so it's called the Redux, or Reduction Method, because essentially what we're doing is we're going to turn this 4x4 into a 3x3. And what I mean by that is these four center pieces here, we're going to make all the one color. These two edge pieces, we're going to match up so that they become one single edge piece. And then we will have one corner, one edge, one corner, one center, and it'll be just like a 3x3. And then we solve it pretty much exactly the same way we do a 3x3. So step one in the Redux method is the centers. And when it's done, it'll look something like this. We will have yellow on top, white on the bottom, just the same as we do here, and then green, followed by orange, followed by blue, followed by red. Now, the centers on a 4x4 are not fixed, so you can do something like this, where that is not the same pattern that a normal Rubik's Cube has, and then your cube will not be solvable if you pop your centers like that. So what I recommend is, if you don't know the color pattern, keep a solved 3x3 or even a solved 4x4 that has the same color pattern as the cube you are solving, and have it just sitting beside you so you can use that as reference if you don't know your color pattern. Okay, so first things first, we're going to solve the white face. What we're looking for is two white pieces in the center. So we've got here, there's another one here. So we're going to go with these two. And what we're going to do, you just want to pair them up. So you can see that this one's in the top line here. So we're going to count the middle two layers as the top and the bottom, and left and right. So we're ignoring the outside of the cube at this case. We're just looking at the center four squares. So top and bottom, left and right. So we've got one here in the top left and one in the top right. So if we just line them up like that, that joins them up. Now what we want to do is we want to make another one of these bars with the other two white pieces and then join them both together. So we've got one here, and we've got one here, but they're in the same line here in the left, so no matter what I do, they're not going to join up. So what I need to do is I do need to turn this one, or this one, we're going to go with this one here. So this one's in the top left, so we need to put this one in the top right. So just like that, and we can join them up like that. And then as you can see here, they're both in the same line, so if I turn that up, it's going to push this one away, so just turn it to the side and join it up like that. Now, doing the first face is quite easy, and pretty much anyone should be able to do that. Doing the second one is where it becomes a little bit more complicated. So you can see here we've got two pieces here. They're not in a bar though. And up the top, we have got one up the top already. So what we might do is, that's in the top left. So if we turn it this way, the top right, we can turn it up there and it joins up. But look what it's done here is it's pulled one of the white bars off the bottom. So what we need to do is we need to turn it so it's not in line with this one, so over here, and then we can bring it back down, and that restores the white, and this one's now in the top. So what I'm going to show you now is, if you don't have any yellow in the top, what to do. So you can see here, we've got one here, we've got one here, they're both in the top, come around, that one's in the top, and they're all in the top layer here. So what we need to do is, these two here are both in the left, so I'm just going to turn it that way, bring that across, and that lines that up. Now what we need to do is we can simply just turn it up like that, but what that does is it does break the bottom up. So by doing a U2, bringing it over this side, I can then turn that back down. That restores the white, just the same as before, and the yellow now on the top. So we can pair up the last two. We've got here and here, so one in the bottom on the left, one on the top on the left, so we need to put them one on, on the right. Put it over here to the right here, and line them up like that. And then move this up to the top, but look at this here, is on the left-hand side. If I pull it up like that, it's going to break this up. Doing a U2 here will just bring the piece that I already had in the top back down. So we need to make sure that they're in the same line here this time, and then bringing it up, U2, bring it back down, and that pops the yellow up the top, the white on the bottom, and we can now work on our remaining 4 centers. Now for the remaining 4 centers, you want to make sure you got the yellow on top, the white on the bottom, and we want to get the color pattern to go blue, red, green, orange. And like I said before, if you cannot remember that color pattern, simply grab a solved cube that has the same color pattern as yours. I'm using a standard 4x4, of course. Your color pattern might be different. I don't know. If it is, well, yeah, I don't know what to do there. But basically, if you've got the standard color pattern, just grab a solved cube, and just, if you don't know the color pattern yourself, pop it beside you for reference. Otherwise, yeah, just follow along. Let's go. We're going to start with the blue. So we've got a blue here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the yellow on the right-hand side, the white on the left. So yellow on the right, white on the left, and I'm going to be working up and down the cube like this. And I've got a blue in the top left here, and another blue in the top left. So what I need to do is pop one of them over to the right, and I'm going to go to the top one here, so just a U, and then line them up like that. And then I'm going to do another turn like that, pop that into the left side, and here's another one here, and there's another one down the bottom. So they're both on the left. One's on top, one's on the bottom. So I'm going to do a U2 to bring this one over to the right bottom. Then do a right, because that's not going to move this one at all. Bring that down to the right. Move that across to the right side, and then pair them up like that. I'm going to cross, and I've got lucky here because I already have a bar for the orange. And it's good, that's where orange goes. It's good to have a look around and make sure you have any bars like that. Now, if, let's say, put it back there, the orange, the bar is here on the right to the blue. Put the cube back to the way it should be standing. There we go. Then all you can do is, if you do, hold it like this and go wide two like that, a U2 like that, and then bring that back, and that pops it up to where it should be in the to the left of blue once we have it orientated back with the yellow on top. Okay, so popping over back, I'm going to do a U2 to pop it over on the left side again, and looking around, and I've got 2 more orange pieces here and here. So I'm going to move this one over to the left side, pair them up like that. Now that will have broken up our blue center, as you can see. So what I need to do is pop it over here to the left one more, and I want to have this blue bar, this one here. And that's because when I bring this one back down, if I bring it down now, the blue's still broken up, you see. So let's go back to where it was here, and I put it on the left-hand side, bring this blue up one more, then line this blue up with this orange, and when I insert the orange into the orange face, it restores the blue. And I've got a solved edge there, look at that. Yeah, that was lucky. Anyway, we're not worrying about that right now. And I've got really lucky here as the remaining colours have formed bars. Now, if you get lucky like this, simply pop one over to the left-hand side, one on the right. And what we want to do is we want to make sure that the next one is the same. So we've got green on the left, we've got blue, red on the right. We want to do the same on the top here. And then you can either do an R wide, a U2, R wide prime, or you can do an L wide prime, U2. You can't do that actually. Because that's going to put the red in the wrong spot. Yeah, so if you got that case, you do R wide, U2, R wide prime. Another case you can get with these last 2 centers is you've got 2 bars on one side and you've got no bars on the other. So what you want to do is figure out which face this one's meant to be. In this case, it's left of the orange, which means it's going to be green. So put the green over to the left here, and then we're going to move the red bar up to the top. And to do that, do a R wide, a U2, and then an R wide prime. And now we've got a case here where we've got 3 and 3. So what you need to do here is find the single one on one face. We're going to do the red. So you've got the single piece here, and that needs to be lined up with this one. And to do that, we're going to need to pop them in the same line. So we come here, but the problem there is if I bring that up, that's now kicked this piece out. So I can't use that one. What I need to do instead is move this one across. So this single piece on its own. So I've got the bar lined up with this. I've got the one on its own in the opposite position of this one so that when I bring it up, it pairs them. And same with the green. You notice this one here is on its own. So is that one. So we bring it up. So they're paired up. And now the red needs to go on the left side. And it brings back down. And there we go. We've got that solved. And that is all your faces solved. Okay, the next step after we've solved all of our centers is to pair up all of our edges. And when we're finished, it will look something like this. You can see all our edges are paired together. And once we get to this stage, we can solve it like a 3x3. Okay, so how do we go about pairing up our edges? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the yellow center on the top, I'm going to have the white center on the bottom. And I'm looking at this piece here, and I have got yellow and blue, and I've got orange and yellow. And what I want to do is I want to look for either one of these two anywhere else around the cube. And I've noticed that directly opposite here, I have got the other orange and yellow piece. Now, this is not how I want them to be though, because I want to pair them up. And to pair them up, we need them to be one on the top here and one on the bottom, so we can move it across and they'll come together. Or this way, they'll come together. So I need to get either this one to the top or this one to the top. Now what you can do in this case is a simple edge flip algorithm. And to put it easily, I'm taking this piece out and I'm putting it back in another way. So I'm going to go with R, U, R prime, F, R prime, F prime, R. And you can see there it is flipped. Okay, so I'll just pop them back in the same here so I can show you again. Basically what I'm doing is I'm taking this piece out and moving it across here. So that is the first three moves of the sexy move, R, U, R prime. And instead of doing a U prime there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the hedge slammer algorithm to put it back in, which is F, R prime, F prime, R. And it has flipped it. So once you've got one on the top, one on the bottom, you can simply do either a U wide or a U wide or a U wide prime, depending on where it is. If we've got it on the right top, we do a U wide. If it's on the left top, you do a U wide prime. So in this case, it is a U wide, and that pairs them up. And now we need to take it out and put any other unsolved pair into this slot. And this one here is unsolved, so what we can do to put that in is we can do an L prime, a U, and then an L. And let's pop that in. And you'll notice our centers are mixed up. So we can simply do a U wide prime, and that restores the centers. Okay, now I've just brought it back here where we've got it back in here and the centers are misaligned. And the reason to do that is because for every L prime or L move you do, you'll notice it does mix these up. So we need to do the opposite when we're taking these out as well. Same with R, if it's on the right hand side. So put over here. So if we're doing it, taking it out this one, putting this one in, we always need to bring it back down. And it's important to do that because if we don't, look what happens if I take this out, just take it out like this, and then I try to restore the centers. Now look, the blue and the red they've unsolved themselves. Okay, so when we're taking it out, we're going to put this piece in. We've always got to replace it with a piece that's unsolved from the top or from the bottom. So I'm going to come up and do, again, L prime, U, L. So all our centers are still lined up, so we do a simple UY prime to restore it. Okay, so next I've spotted this one here and this one here. So I've got a piece that's not in this middle layer here to match up the orange and green, Now this one's on the bottom, so we need to insert this one in a way that it goes on the top. And this one's quite easy. It's from here, it's just a simple L prime, U, L. Now if I try to insert it this way, bring it over here and doing it on the right hand side like that, it's going to put it in the same line, and that's not what we want. So there, bring it across. And they can't put this one in because that's a solved pair. This one here is unsolved. So again, use the L prime, U, L. And then this time to restore the centers, we need to go, you can see here, red's here, red's here. So we need to do a U wide to restore the centers this time. Again, here I've got a blue and a yellow, and here's a blue and yellow here. Now if I tried to do the L prime U L move here, you can see it pops it in the same line, and that's not what we want. So instead I'm going to do a cube rotation, do a U, so it brings it over here, and then do R, U prime, R prime. And if I turn the cube back, you can see here now they are perfectly lined up to pair up. So again, so do a U wide, a U wide move. And here's an unsolved pair. So L, U, L, sorry, L prime, U, L. And then we do a U wide to restore the centers. Now we've got, here we've got orange and white and green and white, so we're looking for the other, and here we go. It's okay, they're actually, I'm going to leave that case because that's a unique case I want to show you when you've got the two pairs that are directly opposites like that. So instead I'm going to look here for either the green and red or the white and red. And there's the other white and red there. Now you can see that they are both on the bottom. So I'm going to edge flip one of them. And again, to do that, it's R, U, R prime, F, R prime, F prime, R. And now they are both on the, one's on the top, one's on the bottom, which is they're both in the position we need to join them up. Now in this case, you notice that they are on opposite corners here. So instead of a U wide prime, I'm going to do a U2 wide prime to line them up. And we need to find an unsolved pair in the top, and here we go. Just going to bring that across there, and actually I'm going to bring it across here. I'm going to show you how to do it on the right side. I've done them all on the left, I just realised, so you can do it on the right side as well. So if it's on the right side here, it's the same thing. Just do an R, U prime, R prime. And then of course to restore our centers we need to do a double wide move. So a double wide U move. So a U wide 2. Okay, so now you'll notice that I've got all of them solved on top. So what I'll do now is rotate that so that I've got the white on top and we've got no solved edges on top. And I'm going to continue that process until I've got all 4 edges on the top solved. So here's red and blue. So you slice it like that. And then here's an unsolved pair, bring it back in. Okay, now I have got, these are directly opposite here, green and orange and green and orange. So I'm going to slice that across. Now what I'm going to do this time is when you get more advanced with it, you notice that when you take this pair out, you're always going to be slicing back. So you want to make note of what piece you're putting in here and what piece is over here. And this is something you want to do not straight away. You want to get used to the edge pairing first, but as you get faster with it, want to get yourself more familiar with it, you can find this piece here, which is right here. So what I can do is when I take this piece out, I want to insert this one here. So if I do this, move it here, we know that by doing the L prime U L, that this piece is going to end up here. So when I slice back, it's going to solve this one here as well. So we do that, and then slice back, and you can see it's solved it. And here I've noticed I have got orange and blue here. So I need to take this pair out, and I want to insert this pair in a way that the orange and blue comes down here, so I can just simply slice across to pair those up. So I know if I do the L prime U L move here, that this one's going to be in the top. So I need to do a rotation here to face the red center, bring it across here, and do R U prime R prime instead. You can see now they are perfectly lined up to be paired. So bring that across, and we've only got one unsolved edge pair left. And there we go. I'm going to get to the last 4 edges next. Okay, so once we get to our last 4 edges, obviously once we solve one, we can't take it out after slicing. We can't take it out and put one of these solved ones back in, because as soon as we unslice, it's going to unsolve that one. Okay, so what we do here is I'm going to put 2 solved edges into any slots here, so here and here, and I'm going to put that in the back. So then I can work with these front 2 and bring these down as I need to. So here I've got the white and green and white and green. So that's on the bottom, I need to put this one in on the top by going like that. I can then slice this across, and here's the unsolved one. I can put that in like that and slice back, and well, I've actually inadvertently solved another pair here. Not what I meant to do, but nevertheless, that's done. And now you'll notice I've only got the 2 edges left to go. And this is where you've got them. They are, you can see green and red and green and red and blue and white and blue and white. Now for every other edge pair we've done, we would have put the blue down the bottom here, the red on the top. That way it's opposite like that. But when you're coming to the last 2 pairs, or you have any pairs that are like this, you don't want them opposite, you want them in the same line. Okay, so we're going to take that out and we're going to put it in this way. So that you can see here the blue and white's in the same line and the 2 red and greens are in the same line. Now what we want to do here is we want to do a U wide, so it slices that across, and then we want to do the flipping algorithm again. So R, U, R prime, F, R prime, F prime, R. And then when we slice back, you notice that has solved those 2. And that is all of the edge pairs solved. And once you have done that, you can go ahead and solve it the same way you would for a 3x3. So we're going to bring that across. So we've got the white and the blue and the green edges opposite. Bring that up there, that across, that down, and there's the cross done. Now you can do here layer by layer, so we've already got the white corner in, and here's this one here. You can pop it in like that, or you can do it if you know F2L. You can pair them up like this and whoops, pop them in like that. So there's this one here, that one there, there we go, and then this one here, and the last pair, there we go. Okay, once you get to last layer on 4x4, what I recommend is if you do not know 2-look OLL or 2-look PLL, that you go and learn both of those. Simple reason is that you're going to run into cases that are impossible to do on a 4x4. Impossible to do on a 3x3. It's called parity when it's on a 4x4. And what I'm talking about is with regular OLL, you will either have your yellow edges here, you'll either have none, you'll have 2, or you'll have 4. You'll never have 1 like I've got here, or 3 like I've got here. This is called parity, and this is only possible on even numbered cubes, so 4x4, 6x6, and so on. Now there is a simple way to solve this, and it's just a simple parity algorithm. And it goes like this. R wide, U2. X rotation. R wide, U2. R wide, U2. R wide prime, U2. L wide prime, U2. R wide prime, U2. R wide, U2. R wide prime, U2. R wide prime. And now you see here, I have 2 edges, and this is now a possible case to solve on a 3x3. So with this one here, you can see how I've got 3 edges. I'll just do the same algorithm again. I'm not going to go through it. And again, you can see that now I've got a case I can solve. Oh, I've mucked that up with the finger tricks, never mind. I'll get rid of that one. So here we go. You can see that is now possible to solve. Another case you run into, and I've actually got it right here, so I don't need to pause and edit. You'll see here, this is another case that is not possible on a 3x3. This is called PLL parity. I've got headlights here, and we're remembering that this bar here is one single edge piece. So is this one, and so is this one. So what you can see here is there are no bars anywhere else on the cube. Now you're only going to notice this particular case as well if you know full PLL. If you don't know full PLL, you're going to see the headlights, and you're going to do the algorithm to do that. And what you're going to end up with is you're going to end up with a case here where you can see that none of these edges are opposite and none are adjacent, which is an impossible case on a 3x3 parity. Now, whether you do it from here after doing your two-look PLL algorithm, or you do it from back here, it's the same one. It's the same algorithm anyway. But if you're going to do it from here, have your headlights or your bar. In this case, I've got a bar, and you do just the middle layer, middle R layer twice. So that is lowercase r2, u2, lowercase r2 again, u wide 2, lowercase r2 again, u wide 2 again, and then u2. And you'll notice now we have got a case that is possible to solve. If you know full PLL, this is a J-perm. Now, if you don't know full PLL, sorry, with this one you're going to do the two-look algorithm that I taught, which is the same as a T-perm for those of you who do know. And then you'll see here that we've got a U-perm, which, I did say about that in my two-look PLL video, didn't I, about doing that? So we're not going to do that one on these bigger cubes. So this one needs to go over here. So we're going to do that one instead. Okay, so I'm going to show it again from the parity case here. You're not going to, if you don't know full PLL, you're not going to pick up that this is not a PLL case. So you've got the bar or you've got headlights, you're going to go ahead and do your algorithm. And then you're going to come to this one, you're going to, if you know two-look, you're going to say that this is not an H-perm, it's not a Z-perm, it's not a U-perm. And you're going to know that when you try to do one, that it's not going to solve it. So we solved two, they're doing the H-perm, but these two aren't solved. And again, this is an impossible case. And again, to fix that, just do the parity algorithm, the PLL parity algorithm. And that'll give us the U-perm. And well, that is going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you found that useful. I hope you managed to learn how to solve a 4x4 cube for the first time following this video. If you had trouble following along at all, please let me know in the comments, and I will try to do another video, maybe to simplify things. Let me know where you got stuck if you couldn't understand. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done a cubing video, so this wasn't natural for me like all my previous videos. I've been doing videos for a while, my other ones. It's been nearly 12 months, probably even over 12 months since I've last posted a video to this channel. Like I said, it's because I've been getting into gaming a lot more lately, and I have a gaming channel, mainly been doing GTA Online. If that interests you, I'll leave a link in the description below. You can go check that out. If it doesn't interest you, we just stay tuned here for more cubing videos in the future. I am hoping to get more videos out. Like I said, I just haven't been cubing all that much lately, and finding the time between work and having 3 young kids, it's a bit difficult sometimes. Like, I do YouTube for fun. I'm not a paid content creator at the moment. Who knows, in the future maybe, but I'm not at the moment. So it is just for fun. So I'm doing it in my spare time. So I need to find more time that I can put to do that. Anyway, if you enjoy this video, let me know in the comments below, and if you manage to solve the 4x4 for the first time ever with my video, again, let me know. I'd love to hear that. In the meantime, I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy cubing!